Back to my channel. My name is May Lily, and I'll be walking you through a little segment today on witch runes. If you haven't followed me already or hit the bell button, please do so because you'll be seeing some random uploads every now and then. I'm trying to make it daily, but we'll see. But today, particularly this evening, I wanted to discuss the 13 witch runes and their history. So their history is a bit odd of sorts. There's some people that would claim that these go back to around the time that Norse runes or Nordic runes were originally perceived and used. Other people tell you that it is a more modern take on witchcraft. But I tend to side a little bit closer to the first one. But keep in mind that witch runes are unrelated to Norse runes and any other archaic alphabets that are out there. There is exactly 13 symbols, although some people will say there are 8. There are actually 13 symbols in total, and I'm going to walk you through them a little bit. So this set in particular is my personal set. These are all handmade specifically for me. So they are a little messy. I made these quite a few years ago before I found ink that you can get off of wood. But we're going to start off with the sun. The sun is the beginning of something new. It's making good choices, good health, vitality, healing, good news. So whenever this pops up in your readings, some good news is sure to be on the way. Now, another thing that you should know about these is that you can cast them exactly how you would Nordic runes, and you just read the farthest one being the more important one. So this next one is actually the moon. Long-term changes, transition and changes, hidden agendas, secrets, imagination, feminine energies. So the moon takes after the goddess Selene or Hecate or any of the other goddesses of the moon. So that is why it is perceived to have more of a feminine energy with it. When this one crops up, be sure to keep an eye on those around you because someone may be hiding something. It's very interesting when that pops up. It pops up every now and then. So this one is flight. It symbolizes movement, communications, and information, traveling of all kinds. I like to cast these out before I go on any trips. And if this one comes up, especially with the sun, I know it's going to be a good trip. But again, this one is flight, not to be confused with waves. They both have little squiggly lines, so oftentimes people do get them kind of confused. This next one is going to be the rings. It symbolizes circumstances that can connect people as the circles that do combine each other. Combining different elements to create something new. So that's definitely what the rings joining together means. It's great for teamwork, that kind of thing. This one is romance. Romance is love, relationships, deep emotional connections, soulmate, harmony. It's pretty... It is what it means. It's just romantic intentions. This one is woman. Traditionally female abilities, characteristics, being a healer, home, creativity, nurturing, caring. If you are a male and you cast this and it comes back to you, it's not saying anything one way or another. It's just, it means that you may have need to get in touch with more of your feminine qualities to yourself. And that same thing goes for the male intentions. If that comes up and you're a female, it's not saying that you are one way or another. In no way, shape, or form it is saying that. It just simply means that every person, at the end of the day, they have both a feminine side and more of a masculine side. And that sometimes you just need to touch base with that inner section that you usually close off. So, that being said, we've got the man. Traditional male characteristics, action, father, protecting loved ones, provider, being empowered. Essentially everything that you would attribute to a male as far as like a male's perception of what they're supposed to take care of, that's what this one will pop up. And that's just what I meant by male or female playing cards or little chips. So the next one has a nice little happy face on it. This is actually the harvest. It is blessings, investing yourself, rewards, providing for yourself, education, things like that. The harvest is typically a very joyous chip that'll pop up, and it just means abundance. The next one is the crossroads. So crossroads are making major life decisions, not knowing what to do next, the unknown, if you're stuck, if you're afraid of moving forward, things like that will always crop up every now and then in everyone's life. And when you're feeling stuck, this chip may pop up, but also if you check your reading, you may have some more chips that crop up afterwards to help you get through it. You've got the star. Go after what you want, your life purpose, look to your runes, closest to the star for any clues, inspiration for others, being yourself, being accepted for you, freedom. There's a reason that people say follow the brightest star, and that is exactly what this chip means. All right, now we're looking at the cousin to the flight. This is waves. Another card that symbolizes another chip that symbolizes movement, a deep connection to the spiritual world, things that are out of your control, insecurity, being in the flow with your life, overwhelmed. If you're ever feeling pressure, this will probably pop up. If you're unsure, you don't know what's going on, that's what this chip is for. Again, look to any of the surrounding ones for any kind of clues that might help you. This one is the scythe. It means sudden changes, endings, making the final decision, completing a task, walking away from something or someone, or danger. There's a lot of times in life where you know that you just need to cut something, whether it be a person, you got to cut them off if they're hurting you, if they're being negative in any way, shape, or form, things like that. But there's also another reason for the Grim Reaper's scythe, which means a decisive end, to end something abruptly. That is why we got the meaning, or a helpful way that you can remember the meaning for the scythe. The next is the eye. The eye is lifting of the veil. You've got your third eye, seeing the truth, focusing on something and facing the runes for clues. Look at all the facing runes for clues, and I'll go over that in a minute. You're going to be looking at psychic abilities, witnessing, things like that. There's a reason that they say third eye, and that's what this represents, the opening of your third eye to better understand or communicate, or your spirits are trying to communicate with you. So that is the 13 runes. How you typically read them, it's very, very, very simple. And I like to just stack them up if the third eye does not want to fall. You're going to put them in your hands and you're going to shake them like dice. Then you're going to pass them gently. So the farthest one is going to be the one that's most relative. Cast aside any of the other ones to the side, and you'll bring them in the order that they fell. Of course, you ask them a question and then go from there. But this would be the ones and the meanings you'll look at to a question that you may ask. Now, I did not ask a particular question on this, but that's how you cast them out and how you would organize them. If you ever do cast out the runes and they come back all facing down, that is a sign that you are not quite ready for that answer yet, and that you should check in within another week. So these do have a time span if they need to recharge, that kind of thing. Alright guys, that is all that I have for this evening, but check back in. If you do want your own set of Witches Runes, I do have them on my Etsy. I also have full sets of the Nordic runes as well. And I'm also working on getting a, or making a galaxy type pattern of these. And then there's also some that'll be dirtied up a little bit, but they are all bamboo wood. So they're nice and smooth and they feel nice. I also got them sealed with wax. So yeah. Check in later on. Tomorrow, be on the lookout for my next haunted items party video. I plan on posting that one in the evening sometime. Maybe around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, hope you guys have an enchanted evening and get a lots of rest. Have a good one. Until next time.